Hey, so how do you, once you come from the pentatonic scale and you want to expand it and you hear this fact that you can use both the diatonic, the natural minor, along with the, in this case, pentatonic or blues scale, or you can use the Dorian minor over other tracks, over other songs. How do you actually implement those? How do you create licks or lines using those extra notes? Because that's what it is. And with this lesson, we got some charts for you, so you can see the whole scale laid out. First the diatonic scale, then the pentatonic scale on top of that. And I marked out the first position minor pentatonic, so you can work with that if this is the first time you are doing this. So there are basically 3 or 4 ways in which you can go about this and use the extra notes. And the first way is to just use the extra notes as passing notes. See, this is the pentatonic scale. Right? And we can add the blue note to that. I'm sure you know both of those scales. And then if I then superimpose the A natural minor on top of that in the 5th fret, I get some extra notes. I get one on the top E string in the 7th fret. I get an extra note in the 6th fret on the B string, 4th fret on the G string, and if you follow the K shapes, there's no extra notes on the D string. But then you have one in the 8th fret on the A, and then in the 7th fret on the low E string. So that gives you, right? And the first way in which I would like you to see this is just when you play faster lines, and I don't mean super fast, I just mean like stuff like that, right? When you do that, then the ear will simply not hear those extra notes as dissonant in any way. If you play really slowly, then those notes will come out quite dissonant, or out, you could say. Let me just see that. That's one of the extra notes, 6th fret B string. Right? Doesn't sound so relaxed over any of the chords, basically. Maybe over the last chord. No, it doesn't. But if I use that note to go, right? I just use the notes in the 5th and the 8th fret on the B string. Those are pentatonic notes, right? But they're also diatonic. But that note, this is a faster line, right? Because you don't rest on that note. Same thing on the E string. Right? And if I do whole runs like, as long as I end on a note in the pentatonic scale that sounds good over the chord in the background, I'm home free. So that's the first way of doing it. Let me just use that and see if you can hear when I'm going back into the blues scale or the minor pentatonic. Oh, that sounded pretty good there, right? It works in the most amazing way. But the second way you can use these notes is that they actually work really well over some of the chords. It's just up to you to find just that right note, one of the extra notes. And in this case, we only have, these are actually the notes, right? Right? In this case, we have these 2 extra notes, and you can listen for and see what notes work really well over the chord in the background. And in this case, let's just work with the 2 top strings. It's a very important thing to stay on just a couple of strings and really investigate there before you move on to the rest of the scale shape. So I could say the note on the high E string in the 7th fret and in the 6th fret on the B string, those extra notes. I could just investigate and see what notes work really well. I know that this one doesn't over any other chord. Well, that sounds kind of dreamy, right? So that's pretty cool over the first chord. Works super good over the G. Also there, miraculous, right? You don't have to know what chords are in the background. In this case, it's an A minor, it's a G major, and it's an E minor chord. But you don't have to know that. You use your ear. That's what music is about, right? So now I know I can use that note. Like I would any other pentatonic note, right? Then I can move on to the next set of strings. Same note. 4th fret G string. Right? And then the bottom string. So the first one was that every time we play faster lines, which just means, we play a little bit faster than just resting on the note, we can use those extra notes with no problem as long as we end on one of the pentatonic notes. Secondly, we can investigate and figure out which one of these notes, if not both of them, that the extra notes we get from superimposing the A natural minor on top of the A minor pentatonic, which one of those notes, if not them both, can actually give some really nice spice and sound as home as the pentatonic notes, but you use your ear for that. So how do you practice this? Well, you practice it by taking a foothold in what you know already. Always do that with anything you learn. Expand what you know instead of picking new things to learn all the time. That's really one of the key secrets to developing very rapidly, is to take something like the first position minor pentatonic and add stuff to it. And take a lick that you know already and add new notes to it. So for instance, I could play a lick like a classic blues scale. Right? I could just take a little bit of that, right, and end it in a new way using one of the diatonic notes. So, right? Right? So that kind of work, noodling with focus, right? Building little lines with no music in the background, just incorporating these new notes is really beneficial. So let me have some fun, and I hope to see you in the next lesson where we're going to take a different scale and investigate some new stuff here.